We're at one of my favorite places in St. Thomas. This is the Hebrew Congregation of St. Thomas. It's a place that we've been coming to off and on for the last 6 years. It is the second oldest shul in the Western Hemisphere, one of the oldest operating shuls under the American flag. This temple was founded by Sephardic Jews who had fled Spain and decided to flee instead of being converted to Catholicism. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous synagogue. There are a couple of things that you'll notice here. Instead of the pews here facing the bima, like most temples, the bima is over here, that they're actually facing each other. The other thing that's very, very unusual is the sandy floor.
Sand on the floor in this synagogue, and you'll also find sand on the floor throughout the Caribbean in the oldest synagogues, which are in Kingston, Jamaica, Curacao, here, and Barbados in Bridgetown. And the reason that we have sand on the floor in all of these places is because the congregants originated in Spain. They were thrown out during the Spanish Inquisition. But when we look back to their lives in Spain, they were forced to worship in secret. They were known as crypto-Jews because they had to worship in secret. They put sand on the floor down in the basement and would go down there to worship as Jews. And the sand covered up the sound of their footsteps and it muffled the sound of their prayers. Because they would convert, of course, because they didn't want to die. So they would do that, but they didn't really worship as Christians. And they were just as hated even when they agreed to convert. They were still called swine, the new Christians. Okay, you pull this side out.
So Dash is going to help open the ark.
Wonderful. And then unlock it.
Look at the beautiful Torah.
And look, we even have little ones.
Oh, I love that.
The new rabbi bought these. We didn't have these in here
The Tot
before.
Torah right here. Pretty awesome.
Two at the end were saved from the fire when the synagogue burned in 1831. And the distinction of these two is that they sit on sterling silver spindles as opposed to wood like the other ones. So these are quite old, over 200 years old, but the oldest one in the ark is the Sephardic scroll. This Sephardic scroll dates to the 15th century. And I suspect that it may have been carried out of Spain by the Jews that were expelled from Spain in 1492, the same year that Queen Isabella funded Christopher Columbus's voyage. She expelled all the Jews. So this is a true Sephardic scroll. It's made waterproof by putting an animal skin on the outside, and the top is all closed up, and that enabled the rabbi to walk with it from village to village and not let the scroll itself get destroyed. This one over here was written in the mid-1700s, but the special thing about this one is that this is a Holocaust rescue from Czechoslovakia. So when Hitler came through Europe, he burned 1,000 synagogues and many, many Torah scrolls. Yes, I know, I reacted the same way.
So this is what your view would be like as a rabbi standing up on the bima, or anybody who's called to an aliyah from the bima.
You can have a destination.
You can also see over here all of the talit, the prayer shawls. This is a place that perhaps Dash could have his destination bar mitzvah. One day you'll reach that microphone.
Why isn't
And the ark
You can have it
is over here. But as I was saying, you can see how in this shul, all of the pews or benches are facing one another. Whereas in your typical shul, you would see it either in a circular pattern or just straight out that everyone would be facing the rabbi who would be standing here on the bima. Hebrew congregation is also a poster that hangs within our synagogue. So there is a connection of some of the people in our temple to this temple. So it's very cool to be able to bring this video to them as well.